Well, hello, it's Dave here.
And Jill.
And we've had a few people say, they've asked us, with the Starlink, how do you go about rigging it all up? How does it work? So we're going to show you. It's fun as this.
Yep.
It'll be fun. So shall we go into the van? And
Yes.
right, let's go.
Okay.
So as you'll be able to see, the Starlink sits here. That's the, what do you call it, the dish. And then behind the dish is the router part of it, and a pair of my socks behind that. And it plugs in, as you can see, down there. There's the plug and what have you. Now you'll see that the connecting lead goes from the router down behind the bed, and over there in the corner it crosses down into the garage. So what happens is Jill will get hold of the Starlink dishy and she'll put it out of the hecky up there, and you'll see that happening. And while she's doing that, I'll be getting the lead sorted out. So are you all right with all of that, missus?
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
Excuse me. Right, first thing you need to do is to obviously open the hecky. And disconnect. Hello. Now, I find it easier to get the cable up first before I put that out.
I'll go and get the cable then. Because the fact of the matter is, gentle viewer, I've never been inside while we've done this. So let's see where we go. Now the cable sits in the garage. In amongst all of this lot. There it is on its little blue winder, and there is where it's going to go. So here's the winder, and you can see that's the end bit there. So all I'm going to do is just take enough of this off to be able to put it through. So all I need to do now is put it down through here like that, and then it'll pick up the other end, and I can then chuck it up to Jill, who will be awaiting it arriving. So I'll pull it through. There we go, and then I'll be chucking it up from here up onto the roof for Jill to catch.
Okay, now the reason I prefer the cable to come up before I put the dish out is because I don't want to damage the dish, because you'd have to put it down on the roof of the van rather than in the socket. Don't know whether I made that very clear.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Are you there?
Yes.
Here we come.
Now, if like today, it's a bit wet, and the top of the van is a bit wet, so of course the cable is also a bit wet, so having a towel handy isn't a bad idea. Right, now putting the dish out that way up. Whoop. And the lead goes up there, and I'm going to wind it round a couple of times and then slots in like that. That's done. Okay. Right, so the next thing to do is to plug the router, couldn't think what it was then, into the 3-pin socket that's there. The wires just go off to the side so you don't get caught up on them. They'll just slide underneath the back of the headboard. There, out the way, all done.
So there you go. It's now all plugged in and it's busily doing its bits and bobs to sort itself out. And I can check what's going on by using the Starlink app. And as you might be able to see, I'll show you on there. It's entering the Starlink network. It's found a satellite and it's attempting to join the Starlink network. Now this is going to take as long as it takes. Where we are on our drive is not ideal, purely and simply because we've got houses and trees, we've got all kinds around us, so we're never going to get it working properly. So while it's attempting to get there, it can get there. But let me tell you, while we were away down in Harrogate, we were getting 220 megs down. We saw slightly higher. We're getting 40 up again. We saw slightly higher momentarily, but it looks as though it works and works really well, doesn't it?
Yeah, we've been very pleased with it.
We're
so
very
far.
happy with it.
Yeah,
very happy with it. I am wondering though, I've got to be absolutely honest, I am wondering whether it's worthwhile looking at the what do they call it, the high priority roam thing that clags on the top of the van. Trouble is, it's an awful lot of money, is that. Have any of you got that? Have you thought about that? If you've got it, does it work? And how do you find it? Now we're on generation 2. There is a possibility that we can go to generation 3. But again, which generation are you on if you've got Starlink? And how's it running for you? I mean, I think it's brilliant. I love it. And as you've seen, it's not really difficult to put up. It's a lot quicker when you're not filming it, isn't it?
Oh yes, yeah, and the more you do it, obviously, the easier it becomes.
Yes, very much the case. I mean, under general circumstances, under normal circumstances, Jill's in here. She's doing what she's doing. She'll shout, "Chuck it up!" I'll chuck it up. She plugs it in, connects it in, and it's what is it? 2 minutes?
Yeah.
It's 2 minutes, if it's that. It takes longer to level the van on the stilts, doesn't it?
Oh yes.
I will say though, that Starve mount that we've put on with some Sikaflex 522 and a couple of bits of Gorilla gutter tape that's supposed to stop leaks, it's not going anywhere. I mean, the roof will flex before it comes off. Yeah. So no holes drilled anywhere. This was the main thing, no holes drilled. Anyway, that's how we do it. So I hope you found that useful. I hope you found it slightly entertaining. There might be some outtakes at the end. Hang around and see. And can I just say thank you very much for joining us. Can I say thank you to all of the 1,670 some of you that have subscribed, those of you that have been with us for ages, and those of you that have just joined. It's lovely to see you. It's lovely to have you along. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it, and all the thumbs up, and the whole 2,500 of you that watched the last video we put up. Didn't expect that.
Nope.
Excellent stuff. Right, I'm not sure when the next video will be, because next weekend, or the weekend coming up, is Easter weekend, and we ain't going away over Easter weekend. It seems unfair of us to go and take a pitch that can be taken by a family. The weather's supposed to be a little bit better, so we can let the kids go and enjoy themselves. That's
and adults who can only go away at certain times of the year.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm thinking mainly of teachers, of course.
Well, you would be in the next
which
one.
I would.
Yes. So yes, it'll be after that. There might not be a motorhome style video next week. You never know. I might have a look at the scooter, and then folks know what it is I'm going to be bumming about the place on. Anyway, we'll see you when we see you. But until then, enjoy the roads,
Enjoy the skies.
but most of all,
Enjoy your lives.
because life rocks when you're living room rolls, you know. See you later. You haven't switched it on.
You didn't tell me to.
Well, hello. We've had a few requests, a few questions saying, are you with us?
Yes, I'm
Just leave her, she's
getting
fine.
tangled up.
Got it?
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if like today, it's a bit wet, and the top of the van plug is a bit wet, this bit in.
So now all that happens is we wind that cable in. Key remove. Right, that's all right, it's all right, it's all right. Right. Now we're connected. So there you go. It's connected up.